Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video. Dungeons and Dragons Adventurer, issue 45. No dice in this one. Okay. And we get a couple of maps. Right, we'll look at the maps in a mo. Let's get into the magazine. Random Encounters Part 1. Surprise your players and spice up your campaign with unexpected situations waiting just around the next corner. The unexpected lurks around every corner in the Forgotten Realms' vast wilderness. Random encounters are a great way for the DM to deliver these surprises. Reasons for a random encounter: making encounters count, and then memorable encounters. Part 2 for random encounters. What's that coming over the hill? It's a group of monsters. What monsters? Wait just a second. When a party is travelling great distances, resting in an unsafe environment or making too much noise while exploring the characters can trigger a random encounter. Random encounter table dungeons. Wow, here we go. So, right, 1d12 plus 1d8. Okay. Alright, roll your destiny, and then there's your counter table. Arcane traditions, schools of divination, enchantment and evocation. Wizards choosing these schools can predict the future, beguile their enemies or blast those who would stand against them. When your wizard reaches 2nd level, you devote yourself to an arcane tradition, specialising your magical research in one particular discipline. We've already covered the schools of abjuration and conjuration, as well as tradition of war magic, with 3 other options for arcane pursuits presented here. Our pre-generated wizard character, Meriovich Farford, is a student of the School of Abjuration. A player might replace those features on Meriovich's character sheet with the features from an option presented here. School of Divination. As a diviner, you work to master spells of discernment, supernatural knowledge, and both foresight and farsight. Starting at 2nd level, when you choose this school, glimpses of the future begin to press into your awareness. That would be really handy. You then have School of Evocation and School of Enchantment. You have arcane traditions for schools of illusion, necromancy and transmutation. Choosing the right wizarding school, we're not talking about Hogwarts, can unlock the knowledge to dazzle the senses, reanimate living things, or wield the raw power of creation. Right, School of Illusion, School of Necromancy, and School of Transmutation. Right, character creation. Paladin Oathbreaker. The same fervour you once brought to your vows, you now apply to your new path of evil. There are vows that all paladins take, including the final oath that commits them to their faith and cause. But what happens to those paladins unable to keep their vows? Those who move away from the teachings of their oath, or worse, willingly break it. Oath benefits: role-playing an Oathbreaker Paladin, Oathbreaker Atonement, and then influences. Ranger, Fey Wanderer, and Gloomstalker. Rangers can manifest both the joy and the fury of the Feywild, or find their place in the shadows to strike from. The archetype your ranger chooses when you reach 3rd level in this class determines the additional features you wield to protect those who live in the most extreme environments. You can find details of the Beastmaster, Drake Warden, Hunter, Monster Slayer and Swarm Keeper archetypes in previous articles. In addition to those options, your ranger might choose to dedicate themselves to either the Fey Wanderer or Gloomstalker archetypes instead. So, Fey Wanderer archetype, Fey Magic and Dreadful Strikes, Gloomstalker, Umbral Sight and Dread Ambusher. Okay, rock grubs and other parasites. Nice. Playing host to these ferocious parasites could be the last thing you do. So, other parasites, you've got Mind Flayer tadpoles, Spawn of Kias. Kias is a high priest of Demon Lord Orcus, created these zombies in his own maggot-infested image. So they're plague marines, or plague spawn from Warhammer 40k, and Orcus is Grandfather Nurgle. Starspawn Lava Mage. Then we have part 2 for Tomb of the Sun King. According to legend, King Argosh swore to arise from his grave if the magic seal under his keep was ever broken. Alas, when the seal's magic did eventually falter, the king remained stubbornly dead. Yeah? Death tends to have a thing, you know, to do that to you. In real life, anyway. Yet there is some truth to his oath. The king's spirit does still rest in his tomb, ready to challenge those who dare disturb his deathly slumber. Right. So level 2 for our map. Looks like we might have another section to this as well. Ghost of King Argosh. Earning the Warhammer. Speaking to the Spirit. Right, Daybreaker. Looks like a nice hammer actually, I like that. Stat blocks. Shadow, so we've got more shadows. A Grell. They were in a previous issue, weren't they? And then we've got our swarm of rock grubs. Nice. Or not. Right, let me just check and see. With this issue, the 4th issue of Dungeons & Dragons comes with 2 white clean maps to accompany our 3-part adventure. So it's a 3-part adventure. So, Tomb of the Sun King. You're probably not going to be able to get all of this in, but here is our initial thing. I'm assuming we could, if we so wanted to, try and get this enlarged. Otherwise, we're going to be playing. You know, it's not to scale. If you can make it so that each square is an inch, if you can enlarge it at a photocopy shop so that each square is an inch, then you've got some nice maps to be able to play your adventure on. But yeah, so obviously this is where we came in, and then we had, obviously we've come through here, we had these stairs, and then we've got our 2nd level, which is in this issue that we're looking at, which is obviously this part here, and then finally we have the Tomb of the Sun King. Elevator shaft up to D10. Okay, yep. Yep. Okay, yep, that works out. So we got all this. There's an elevator shaft here which goes up to D10. Our last set of stairs, which is this set here, come down to the left-hand side of this chamber. And then we go down again, D13, and then up into the elevator shaft. Yeah, I think if you were to take these to or if you had access to a photocopier that could enlarge this, you can enlarge it to size, or even if you scan it on, if you've got a scanner with your PC or laptop, you can scan each A4 piece and then enlarge it and print out and then tape it all together. Cool. This looks like it should be a dock. So we've come, that's right, because we had the shadow lake, didn't we? So we come into this dock here, we got a crane, and then we're into the dock. We're down, I think, into this section. Down, and then down again, down again. Cool. Yeah, I like these, and they are kind of laminated, so they should wipe clean with whiteboard markers. Don't go using anything other than dry wipe markers on this, or else they'll permanently stain. And make sure that you wipe off your dry board markers once you've finished your session, or else take a photograph of what you've marked, but if you don't, then the dry board marker will dry and stick, and it'll be an absolute bitch to get off. So there you go. That was issue 45 with a couple of nice maps. And this is what I would have preferred to see. I'd prefer to see them at scale, so that each of these squares was 1 inch. That's what I would prefer to see. But these are nice, and we can photocopy these quite easily up to scale. Yeah. An improvement, I think. But there you go. Right. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.